Have you ever felt, out of nowhere, as if the wind whispered the name of someone who lives in your soul? Sometimes, the universe speaks in silence. A subtle shift in the air, a shiver running down your skin, and suddenly your heart seems to know something your mind can't quite explain. That's the moment when twin flame energy awakens, an invisible breath of destiny flowing between two souls connected by something greater than time itself. Many call it coincidence, but the wise know, there's no such thing as chance when it comes to a soul connection. Some say feeling your twin flame's presence from afar is madness, but those who've lived it know how real it is. It's as if your thoughts travel, crossing dimensions, gently touching the other side of the heart, even in silence. This energetic connection doesn't need words or physical contact. It's pure telepathy, a subtle reminder that twin flame love never sleeps, it only takes different forms. Like a soft echo calling you back home, even when you don't know where that call comes from. Maybe you've felt it before, that fleeting moment when everything around you slows down, and something deep inside awakens an ancient memory. It's the first whisper of divine timing, the instant when souls begin to recognize each other. And the most fascinating part is that the more you try to understand, the more the universe seems to play with the signs. The twin flame journey begins exactly like this, with mystery, with the feeling that something unseen is watching and guiding you. And maybe, without even realizing it, you're already hearing the call of the next phase, the one where two souls finally recognize each other. There are connections that don't ask for permission to happen. When two souls meet, time seems to stop, and the heart, curious and alive, starts beating to a different rhythm, as if remembering an ancient, forgotten language. That's how the twin flame journey usually begins, with an unexplainable sense of familiarity, as if the universe were whispering, "You've known them for centuries." This soul connection is more than attraction, it's a divine reunion that stirs something deep within your essence. And the more someone tries to deny it, the more destiny finds creative ways to prove that the love between twin flames doesn't follow human rules. They say twin flames are two halves of the same divine energy, separated ages ago, destined to reunite when both are ready to evolve. And it's fascinating how divine timing always knows the perfect moment, not a second too early, not a second too late. It's like an invisible spiritual clock, moving the pieces of life until the meeting finally happens. Some experience it as an emotional avalanche, others as a deep, peaceful calm filling their chest. Either way, the recognition is inevitable. And once it happens, there's no going back, the energetic connection ignites and changes everything. The ancient spiritual masters used to say that when two souls are in perfect harmony, even their thoughts become invisible threads that bind them together. That's why, even at a distance, love between twin flames flows effortlessly. One thinks, the other feels. One dreams, the other awakens. It's twin flame intuition operating on subtle levels that the rational mind could never fully comprehend. And that's where curiosity begins to grow, because if the universe can unite thoughts, what else might it be ready to reveal? Perhaps the spiritual signs confirming this connection are just about to appear. Sign 1, a thought that appears for no reason. There are moments when a thought simply takes over your mind, no warning, no logic. You're washing the dishes, working, lost in your own world, and suddenly, that person's face appears in your mind with almost photographic clarity. That's how the universe whispers, the twin flame energy is active. These thoughts aren't random, they're a form of natural telepathy between connected souls. The rational mind tries to explain it, but the heart already knows, it's the soul connection at work, even when the bodies are miles apart. This kind of sudden memory is like a soft breeze slipping through a closed window. You don't see it coming, but you feel its gentle, familiar touch. In a twin flame journey, these thoughts act as energetic portals, small confirmations that the connection is still alive, quietly pulsing beneath the surface. And interestingly, the more you try to ignore them, the stronger they become. The universe loves to play with your attention, especially when it's trying to teach you that true love isn't meant to be explained, it's meant to be felt. Some people say that in those moments, their heart starts racing or they feel a shiver run through their body, physical signs of that energetic connection. Others notice a sudden calm, as if a comforting presence has surrounded them. If this happens to you, take a deep breath and just observe. Instead of doubting it, try silently expressing gratitude. It's a way to align your twin flame intuition with the frequency of love. After all, every energy that recognizes its source always returns multiplied. And perhaps the next sign will bring something even deeper, emotions that don't seem to be entirely your own. Sign 2, emotions that aren't yours. There are days when the soul wakes up restless for no apparent reason, a tightness in your chest, a sudden wave of longing, or a joy that seems to rise out of nowhere. When this happens, it may be the emotional reflection of your twin flame energy. Twin flames share the same vibrational field, allowing emotions to cross space and time effortlessly. It's the energetic connection in motion, a subtle yet profound exchange that goes far beyond words. Once, someone shared that they suddenly felt an inexplicable sadness in the middle of the afternoon. Hours later, they found out their twin flame had been going through a difficult time. This kind of emotional synchronicity is common in a twin flame journey. It's as if the soul is saying, "Hey, I'm here. Feel with me, but don't suffer for me." When this happens, practice silent compassion, send thoughts of light and love. You can even light a candle, take a deep breath, and visualize peace. This simple act strengthens the bond and transforms pain into healing energy. These exchanges are reminders of how deeply twin souls are intertwined. They don't need to speak, they simply feel. The twin flame intuition works like a spiritual antenna, picking up even the faintest emotional signals from the other. It's an energetic dance that requires balance, because feeling what the other feels is beautiful, but it can also be challenging. The secret lies in turning that sensitivity into awareness, understanding that feeling the other doesn't mean carrying their weight, but helping them heal. And sometimes, the universe uses more visible signs to reinforce this connection, the kind that appear when you least expect them. Sign 3, constant synchronicities. There are moments when the universe seems to playfully try to get your attention. You think about that person, and suddenly a song starts playing with their name in it. You glance at the clock, 11:11. You open a social media app, and there's an old memory of the two of you. These are spiritual signs, subtle manifestations of twin flame energy expressed through the perfect synchronicity of divine timing. Nothing happens by chance in the twin flame journey, the universe speaks in codes, and every repetition is its way of confirming that this soul connection is alive, active, and expanding. These coincidences are like little cosmic winks. Sometimes they show up in simple forms, a phrase you happen to read, a butterfly that keeps appearing, or a number that follows you everywhere. It's as if the universe is saying, "You're on the right path." When this happens, instead of brushing it off, pause and reflect on what you were feeling at that moment. Twin flame signs are energetic responses, mirrors showing you what's vibrating within your own energy field. The more aware you become of them, the more consciously you participate in this spiritual dance. And that's where the mystery becomes even more fascinating. Because these synchronicities aren't just reminders of love, they're portals of alignment. They signal that both souls are drawing closer in frequency, even if they're still far apart in the physical world. When you open yourself to this, you begin to see reality as a living field of messages. Every detail becomes a conversation between you and the universe. And as your energy rises, this dialogue deepens, especially when the body sleeps and the souls decide to meet again, in dreams. Sign 4, vivid dreams and nighttime reunions. During sleep, the boundaries between the visible and the invisible fade away. It's in that moment that many twin flames reunite in subtle realms, where time doesn't exist and the soul connection can flow freely. You might dream of your twin flame in such vivid detail that you wake up with your heart racing, feeling their touch, their gaze, even their scent. These dreams aren't mere products of imagination, they're manifestations of twin flame energy, which finds in the quiet of the mind the perfect space to communicate. Many people describe these dreams as unfinished conversations, reunions that heal what was left unresolved. It's as if, while the body sleeps, the souls take the opportunity to realign their energies, harmonize their purposes, and rekindle their bond. It's telepathy in its purest form, happening effortlessly. And what's most fascinating is that sometimes you wake up with answers you didn't even know you were seeking, because twin flame intuition works in silence, revealing truths at the pace of divine timing. These dreams also serve as reminders that the connection doesn't depend on physical proximity. Even if your lives follow different paths, love continues to operate behind the scenes of the soul. That's why, when you wake up after an intense dream about your twin flame, take a moment to write down the details, the feelings, the colors, the sensations. The universe speaks through symbols, and they may carry important messages. And when your awareness opens to this, even the wind feels different, as if that person's presence were right there beside you, close, even when far away. Sign 5, feeling their presence even from afar. There's something profoundly mysterious about sensing someone who isn't physically near you. When your twin flame thinks of you, the energetic connection between your souls intensifies, and it's as if the universe carries their essence across worlds to reach you. You might be doing something simple, washing the dishes, reading a book, or walking alone, and suddenly feel a wave of warmth, a sudden peace, or even catch the faint scent that reminds you of them. That's the vibrational field manifesting, the invisible touch of a soul that, even across distance, finds a way to whisper, "I'm here." Many describe this as feeling a living presence in the room, a soft shiver, a shift in the air, or a heartbeat that suddenly changes rhythm for no reason. This happens because the soul connection between twin flames transcends both body and time. One's energy influences the other's field, even when separated by miles. There are no boundaries to what is truly spiritual. It's a reminder that love born from the soul doesn't need physical presence to be felt. It vibrates, flows, and manifests in subtle yet undeniable ways. If you've been feeling this presence often, trust it. It's not imagination, it's confirmation that something greater is moving between you. The universe uses this sensation to strengthen the bond, awaken memories, and guide both souls back toward the same path. Perhaps the other feels you too, without quite understanding why. And that's where the mystery turns to magic. When two souls begin to touch in the unseen, it's a sign that the journey is about to evolve to the next level. If you're seeking more clarity and spiritual growth, click to subscribe now and don't miss the next sign on your journey. Sign 6, pulses of energy in the body. There are moments when the connection with your twin flame doesn't happen in the mind, it happens in the body. Suddenly, you feel a vibration, a gentle shiver running up your spine, your heart racing for no apparent reason, or a wave of warmth rising from nowhere. These are energy pulses crossing the subtle field and manifesting physically. When your twin flame thinks of you, your vibrational frequencies align, creating a flow of energy that travels beyond human logic. It's the invisible touch of the soul, a reminder that something greater than the senses is trying to communicate. These sensations often appear at the most unexpected times, while you're meditating, sitting in silence, or even doing something ordinary. And what's fascinating is that, at that very same moment, your twin flame might be feeling it too. It's as if both bodies were spiritual antennas tuning into the same vibrational field. Some describe it as a soft electricity moving through the chest or a tingling in the hands, especially the left side, where the heart's energy beats strongest. This energetic exchange is one of the purest forms of communication between connected souls, a silent conversation between two hearts that recognize each other beyond the physical. When you feel these pulses, don't fear them, embrace them. Take a deep breath and allow the energy to flow. Sometimes it's simply the universe balancing the vibrations between you, other times, it's the soul of the other calling out to you in silence. It's an invitation to raise your frequency, strengthen your field, and make space for deeper spiritual alignment. Because, in the end, the true connection between twin flames isn't something to be explained, it's something to be felt. And the body becomes the sacred temple where spiritual love takes form as pure light. Sign 7, sudden mood swings. There are days when everything seems perfectly fine, until suddenly, a wave of sadness, anxiety, or even unexplained euphoria takes over you. It's as if your emotions shift direction without warning. This is one of the most subtle, yet deeply meaningful, signs of a twin flame connection. When your twin flame is thinking intensely about you or going through a powerful emotional moment, that energy can travel through the vibrational field that connects you both and manifest as feelings. It's not your imagination, it's energetic empathy at its highest level. The bond between twin flames is like an invisible thread linking two hearts across different dimensions. That's why when one feels pain, longing, or profound love, the other can sense that vibration without knowing where it's coming from. You might wake up with a heavy heart, feel a sudden nostalgia for no reason, or experience a burst of joy, as if a gentle, loving energy wrapped itself around you out of nowhere. It's the reflection of your mirrored soul's emotion. And the more spiritually aware you become, the more sensitive you are to these subtle energetic movements. These mood shifts shouldn't be seen as something negative, but rather as a form of spiritual communication. When you notice a sudden change in your emotions without an obvious cause, quiet your mind for a moment and ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to show me? Sometimes, it's the universe asking you to send light and calm to your twin flame. Other times, it's a reminder to look within and heal what's still vibrating out of balance. After all, the twin flame journey isn't just about feeling the other, it's about learning to transform emotion into awareness, and love into expansion. Sign 8, music and sounds that feel like messages. There are moments when the universe speaks to us through its most subtle form of art, sound. You might be driving, working, or lost in thought, and suddenly a song starts playing with lyrics that perfectly express what you feel for your twin flame. It's as if the universe uses melodies as bridges between souls, reminding you that the connection remains alive even when silence seems to dominate. This is one of the most beautiful and mysterious forms of spiritual communication, when the vibrations of sound align with the vibrations of love. These signs are not coincidences. When there is an active energetic connection between you and your twin flame, the frequency of your vibrational field adjusts to receive messages in symbolic forms, and music is one of the most powerful of them. It could be a song that plays out of nowhere in a public place, a melody that starts just as you think about them, or even the sound of wind, bells, or birds that seem to echo your feelings. Sound is energy, and energy is the language of souls. When the mind quiets down, the heart listens. If this has been happening to you, take a moment to feel what this message is trying to convey. Sometimes, it's a reminder of love, other times, it's a call for healing or inner reconnection. It might be the universe telling you that the bond still beats, even if time or distance seem to stand in the way. When the soul recognizes the sound that comes from the other side, it responds by vibrating higher, and in that instant, you realize that some songs don't just play, they awaken. Sign 9, a feeling of serenity after thinking about them. There's a kind of peace that can't be explained, only felt. When you think about your twin flame and, instead of pain or longing, you feel a deep serenity, it's the universe showing you that the connection is in harmony. This sudden calm is a reflection of the vibrational alignment between two souls that, even when apart, find comfort in each other's energetic presence. It's as if, for a few moments, everything simply fits. Time slows down, the heart expands, and the mind grows quiet. In that moment, you don't just think, you feel their soul responding. This sensation is one of the purest forms of spiritual communication. It arises when the energetic connection between twin flames becomes stable, when both are vibrating on similar frequencies of love and acceptance. There's no anxiety, no searching, only a silent recognition that the bond exists and is safe. It's a state of divine presence, where the simple act of remembering the other person reconnects you to your own essence. Because, on a higher level, it's not just them you remember, it's who you truly are. When this peace appears, don't try to understand it. Just receive it. The universe speaks through energy, not logic. This serenity is a sign that the love between you is flowing in balance, no longer a desire, but a conscious vibration. It's the spiritual touch that whispers, everything is okay. The connection is alive, and love doesn't need effort to exist. Sign 10, strong intuitions and spiritual messages. When two souls are deeply connected, the universe creates subtle ways for one to feel the other's call, and this happens through intuition. You start to notice signs before things occur, feel a gentle voice guiding you to do or avoid something, or simply know that your twin flame is thinking about you. This awareness doesn't come from the rational mind but from the soul, which communicates through vibrations and inner knowing. It's as if an invisible force whispers messages into your heart, and the more you trust them, the clearer they become. These intuitions can appear at random moments, a shiver just as their name crosses your mind, a sudden urge to send a message, or even a dream that later turns out to be true. These are manifestations of the energetic link between you, a spiritual channel that transmits information through symbols, emotions, and synchronicities. When the soul awakens, the invisible stops being a mystery and becomes a language. What once seemed like coincidence now feels like understanding. If you've been receiving repetitive spiritual messages, such as numbers, phrases, sensations, or persistent thoughts, pay attention. The universe doesn't speak in words, but in signs. Sometimes, it's a reminder that your connection with your twin flame is expanding, other times, it's a call to focus on yourself, to heal, and to evolve spiritually. The twin flame journey isn't only about the other person, it's about awakening your own consciousness. And the more you listen to that inner voice, the more aligned you become with the purpose of this sacred union. Sign 11, a love that transcends logic. There are loves that defy any rational explanation, and the bond with your twin flame is one of them. Even when physically apart, the heart keeps beating to the rhythm of the other's presence, as if two stars shone from a distance, illuminating the same sky. This love doesn't rely on meetings, words, or certainties. It manifests through learning, growth, and spiritual expansion. It's a force that surpasses human limits, showing that true soul connection isn't measured by touch, but by the impact it leaves on the soul. It's common to feel that, even when life leads each person down different paths, something still keeps you connected. Small gestures, thoughts, dreams, or even intuitions constantly remind you that this bond is unique. The twin flame energy doesn't fade, it transforms into light, empathy, and understanding. It's a love that teaches, heals, and uplifts. Sometimes, distance can feel painful, but it's within that space that divine timing works, preparing both souls for a reunion that can't be forced, only allowed. What makes this love extraordinary is that it teaches you to look inward, to value personal growth, and to awaken spiritual awareness. Every thought, every feeling, every intuition becomes a bridge connecting hearts and energies, even when logic insists on doubting. This love is, above all, a call to evolve and to recognize the magic of the twin flame journey. And it is precisely this expansion that leads to the understanding that to love is not to possess, it is to feel, transform, and illuminate. Knowing that your twin flame is thinking of you is enchanting, but the true gift of this connection lies in what it awakens within you. Every thought, every sign, every intuition is a mirror of your own energy, reminding you that the more you heal, the clearer the soul connection becomes. This love is a constant invitation to look inward, understand your emotions, and strengthen your spiritual frequency. It's a call to transform feelings into awareness and presence. What makes this journey unique is realizing that the bond with your twin flame isn't just about the other person. It's about you, your growth, your awakening, your capacity to feel and express love in its purest form. When you understand that the signs, synchronicities, and dreams reflect what vibrates within you, you see that love isn't outside, it's within your own essence. It's an awakening that illuminates, strengthens, and transforms. Perhaps the greatest sign that your twin flame thinks of you is precisely the awakening this love ignites in your soul. It reminds you that you are alive, that your energy is powerful, and that something greater is guiding each step of this journey. Feel it, reflect on it, and allow this sublime connection to continue guiding your spiritual growth. And if you want to go even deeper on this path, there are next steps that can expand this experience consciously and harmoniously. If this video touched your heart, it's a sign that you're ready to understand more about the twin flame journey and the magic that exists between you. Leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Every action helps the universe bring this message to other souls who also need to awaken. But it's not just about technique, it's an energetic movement, a silent alignment that connects you to those who are truly on the same vibrational flow. So, allow yourself to feel, observe, and absorb every message. Because the true magic of twin flame energy isn't only in the other person, it's in who you become when you open yourself to this experience. Continue this journey, and let the universe guide every thought, every intuition, every heartbeat. If you felt each sign, every intuition, and every pulse of your twin flame's energy throughout this video, know that the journey is just beginning. The second part of the series, Spiritual Messages for Twin Flames, will take you even deeper into this subtle universe, revealing how to decode the signs, interpret dreams, and strengthen the energetic connection that unites you, even across distance. It's an opportunity to hear the soul speak directly, without filters, without hurry. In this next episode, you'll discover how twin flame intuition manifests in small everyday synchronicities, how to identify messages the universe sends, and how these perceptions can transform your understanding of love, destiny, and spirituality. Every detail is designed so that you can feel, comprehend, and apply it, making your experience with the twin flame journey more conscious and powerful. So don't miss it. Click on the playlist I created that's on the end screen and continue your journey. Allow yourself to receive these spiritual messages, absorb every insight, and see how twin flame energy can awaken profound changes within you. The universe is ready to show you the next steps.